Rock and roll is what it's all about. Here's a look at the singer who's been called the hottest male pinup to prance across a concert stage.
Van Halen, heavy metal music, any kind of rock music is what I call high-velocity folk music. I look at heavy metal music, Van Halen's brand, rather, of heavy metal music as a combination of religion and hockey. A banker picks up the guitar and goes like this, you know. And a rock and roller goes like that.
David Lee Roth is lead singer for Van Halen, the Southern California-bred band who are now being hailed as the reigning kings of heavy metal rock. To prove that his outrageous on-stage persona bears little resemblance to his unique off-stage personality, Roth invited Entertainment Tonight to interview him amidst the tranquility of his bedroom, which may or may not conform to your image of the suite of a rock and roll star.
When the Van Halen image began taking shape, I started spending more time in bed, actually. As you can see, Van Halen is not terribly image conscious. We just sort of let it all be, you know. We're not really poets, we're not really philosophers. We just sort of go about our merry way, and the music is a soundtrack for that. Van Halen is not the way we are because we're in a rock and roll band. We had to get into a band because we are this way. When I was maybe 8 years old, the doctors said I was hyperactive. And they told my parents, oh, we have to put Dave on Ritalin therapy and all of this, because every night at dinner when I get the blood sugars up, I'd start ticky-tacking with the knives and forks on the table, and I'd start telling jokes and singing commercials from television and everything. And the folks would say to the company, now don't worry about David, he's just doing what we call monkey hour. And I have successfully turned monkey hour into a career. It's style, man. Style is everything. Style is not to be confused with class. A Mercedes-Benz is class because it represents money. However, chili dogs have absolutely no class but a great deal of style. And punk rock, new wave, whatever you have, reggae, Rastafari, haircuts, what have you, are all different kinds of styles. None of them, however, have any class. I got class.
He's 25-year-old David Lee Roth of Van Halen, the first rock and roller to hold paternity insurance. We can't tell you his nickname.
Everything you've heard is true, and all of you out there in television land, I know you're probably getting a bad impression of me right now, so do me a favor and spread it around. What it is, it's just being yourself, acting yourself. I see a lot of rock and rollers who may make wonderful songs, but their subject matter is, oh, we're going to do this all night, we're going to do it again tomorrow, and then we're going to go out, we're going to party, and we're going to drink, and then we're going to tear the place down and everything like that. Sounds great, and as soon as they're done, they walk out of the studio they have a station wagon with the fake wood on the side, and there's a wife and 3 kids, and, you know, he's a member of the PTA, and there's an incongruity there. It doesn't quite match up. My hair is always down, you know? It's a question of, you're talking about other acts in music. And even if you're talking about the president, you're talking about another act. And what you have to realize with Van Halen is, the basic premise here is that Van Halen is not an act. Van Halen is a band, and it's a band of merry men. And damn it, we make merry. Should I give him a little hello? Here we go. Yeah. Van Halen looks like it sounds, and I think that's the whole key to any kind of imagery in rock and roll.
Even Roth's basement where the band practices, is a shrine to the image of the rock and roll lifestyle. Oh, well, there are inconsistencies. That's a picture of Fred Astaire. Why is it there? Well, David thinks Fred Astaire is cool.
Whatever we come up with is not conjured up. It's not gimmickry. Because of that, it's natural. It came out of us. I decided not to brush my hair today. You know, nobody told me, Dave, it'll look like this if you do that, demographically speaking. What happens with Van Halen is we decide, hey, we want to look like this, we want to look like that. Today, maybe I go Safari Joe. Tomorrow, maybe Dick Tracy. The day after, maybe Tarzan. And that's just for airport wear. I'm not here as an artist. You know, it's Van Halen rock and roll is a lot like movies. You can make some art out of it to a degree, but how artistic can you be in a place where they sell popcorn and jujubes? Van Halen music, rock and roll music in general, I believe, is built and designed for the neck down. It's not an intellectual endeavor. It's a lot like hosting a party or a TV game show. It's up, it's gun, it's flash, it's dazzle. Success is something you give yourself. Fame is what other people give you.
You're the greatest, baby!